Arguably one of the most effective tools for getting people to think more critically about their religion is comedy, and few do it better than those on this list. Number 5. Lewis Black. Many people know him from his regular appearances on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart or Root of All Evil, but Black has some really funny specials that at least I overlooked until recently. As a self-professed non-practicing Jew, he comes at the problems of religion from a different angle than most atheist comedians, which gives his comedy a refreshing dynamic.
There are people who believe that dinosaurs and men lived together, that they roamed the earth at the same time. There are museums that children go to in which they build dioramas to show them this. And what this is, purely and simply, is a clinical psychotic reaction. They are crazy. They are stone cold fuck nuts. I can't be kind about this because these people are watching the Flintstones as if it were a documentary. Now, there is a big difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, and that is the New Testament God is really kind of a great guy. He is, especially when you compare him to the Old Testament God, who is a prick. I don't know what happened to God, over time. How he matured, if he went to an anger management class. Or maybe just the birth of a son calmed him down. But before he had the kid, holy fuck, he was out of control.
Number 4. Jim Jeffries. Due in part to his abrasive style and controversial material including bits on gun control, immunizations, and quite a few on religion, Jim Jeffries is often the target of harsh criticism. To me and many other people, though, the fact that he goes after topics that are steeped in political correctness and make people feel uncomfortable makes it that much funnier. Like some of the other comedians on this list, Jeffries is great at establishing a line with his audience and then just because it's funny, blowing right past it.
Like, if God showed up at a party, he'd be the least welcome person in party history. Like, everyone would be having a good time, then someone would go, "Don't look up." Oh no, God's here. Hey God, how are you going? We didn't know you were going to be here. Yeah, well, I'm fucking everywhere, aren't I? So why the fuck wouldn't I be here? Well, God, it's really great to have you here. We're really happy you're here. And then God's like, everyone, can everyone please be quiet and look at me right now? I've come down to tell all of you, I want you all to know that I love all of you unconditionally. And they're like, thanks for that, God, we really appreciate that. Then they go back to their party, and then God goes, is that all you have to say? Sorry, God? I just said I love you? Oh, fucking shit, yeah, we love you too. Good. Because if you don't, you'll fucking burn, right? Thank fuck the muzzies don't drink, because they'd be out of control if they fucking did. They just aren't a tolerant bunch, the muzzies. Covering women's faces and cutting clitorises off isn't just a bit of culture, right? It's horrible. It's fucking horrible, right? You can't... The teddy bear. Remember the little teddy bear that was called Muhammad? That lady didn't deserve to be... They wanted to kill her and lash her in a fucking square for calling a teddy bear Muhammad, right? Now, if there's any Muslim fundamentalists in the room, right? You see this microphone? I'm calling it Muhammad, right? And it's fucking gay. It's a gay microphone called Muhammad, and all it wants to do is roll the Quran up and fuck itself up the ass.
Number 3. Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks was a major up-and-coming comedian in the 80s. He covered a wide range of topics in his stand-up, including religion, politics, and philosophy. He's been widely regarded as one of the best stand-up comedians of his or any time, and has been cited as a direct influence by quite a few comedians, including number 5 on this list, Lewis Black.
A lot of Christians wear crosses around their necks. You think when Jesus comes back, he ever wants to see a fucking cross? It's kind of like going up to Jackie Onassis with a little sniper rifle pendant, you know. Hey, Jackie, just thinking of John. We loved him. We loved it. He's great.
Fundamentalist Christianity, fascinating. These people actually believe the world is 12,000 years old. Swear to God. Based on what? I asked them. Well, we looked at all the people in the Bible and we added them up all the way back to Adam and Eve. Their ages, 12,000 years. Well, not fucking scientific. Okay. I didn't know that you'd gone to so much trouble there. That's good.
Number 2. George Carlin. What really needs to be said about George Carlin? A legendary comedian, staunch critic of the establishment and religion, and most importantly, a champion of the First Amendment. Carlin delivered some of the most concise criticisms of religion out there and paved the way for thousands of others to follow suit.
The longer you listen to this abortion debate, the more you hear this phrase, sanctity of life. You've heard that, sanctity of life. You believe in it? Personally, I think it's a bunch of shit. Well, I mean, life is sacred? Who said so? God? Hey, if you read history, you realize that God is one of the leading causes of death. Has been for thousands of years. Hindus, Muslims, Jews, Christians, all taking turns killing each other because God told them it was a good idea. The sword of God, the blood of the Lamb, vengeance is mine. Millions of dead motherfuckers. Millions of dead motherfuckers, all because they gave the wrong answer to the God question. You believe in God? No. Dead. You believe in God? Yes. You believe in my God? No. Dead. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you. I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago.
And number 1, Sam Kinison. No one does religious criticism better than Sam Kinison did. This former Pentecostal preacher turned comedian had a unique presence that combined all of the attributes of the best comedians with the mannerisms of a preacher. Kinison has been cited as an influence by such comedians as Bill Hicks, Chris Rock, Robin Williams, and Jim Carrey.
Jesus had a tough life, boy. I read about that guy. Jesus is the only guy that ever came back from the dead that didn't scare the fuck out of everybody, man. He's the only guy that ever crawled out of a grave where people didn't go, oh, I just saw some fucker crawl out of this grave. Jesus comes back. He doesn't get any pressure. No static. Nobody's upset. He climbs out. He's walking around. Nobody's upset. They can eat with him and everything. You know? It's like, isn't that guy dead? Yeah, but he's real stubborn, man. He won't accept it. Pass the butter. What are they staring at? Yeah, I read it, folks. I read that book. He's on the cross. 30, 40 Christians standing around going, it's a shame that he has to die. And Jesus is going, well, maybe I wouldn't have to. Somebody get a ladder and a pair of pliers. I don't know if Jesus has actually spoken in an audible voice to anybody in about 2,000 years, folks. I think his last words may have been, oh, not the other one, oh, you jerk, oh. It may have been his last words, I'm not sure. Yeah, people say, you think Jesus is coming back? Sure. What's it been? 2,000 years? Boy, I sure don't want to dampen anybody's optimism here. It's only 2,000 fucking years. Yeah, he's coming back. He's going to do game shows. We're going to go, Jesus, this is your life. Remember this noise? Yeah. All right, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Give me a second. He's up in heaven right now. They're going, why don't you go back down to earth? Be a symbol of peace and love to the world. Help. And he's going, yeah, sure. Help, huh? Yeah, I'd like to help. Tell him I'll be there as soon as I can play the piano again. Thanks a lot, like being the only savior that can use his hand as a fucking whistle.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do so by clicking on the link below. Thanks for watching.